Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Moonmoon Sub-Circuit Diamond and Below Tournament. I am Snow Hobo, and with me is...
Hi everyone, I'm Secure Hades. I'm new to this.
Starting off in this first map, we have Platonic Nudes versus 200 milligrams. Or 200 mg, I think is what they prefer to be called with.
So does the MG stand for milligrams or machine gun?
Machine gun, I think that's one of Farah's teams. They have the theme of military theme kind of things. Starting off on Watch Point Gibraltar.
Good old Gibraltar, we've seen it many times throughout the competitive Overwatch. One of the more used maps, actually. I think, other than King's Row, it's the most used?
Yeah, now that it's in map rotation, it is used a whole lot more as a full payload map. Looks like starting off, we have Tonic Nudes on defense, and it's going to be starting off with... Oh, let's get over to 200 mg first. Captain Caillou is going to be on Winston. Amped Champ is going to be on Diva. Blowtorch is on the Mercies. Star Knight is on the Tracer. M Grape is on Genji, and Bailey Ninja is on Hanzo. Triple DPS coming out from them.
Yeah, it's looking like they want to try a dive comp. I just don't know how well the Hanzo is going to work with this. And actually going to go double sniper potentially, try to get a pick off at the beginning.
They might try to use the Hanzo just for a Sonic Arrow, just a little bit of vision, if anyone's hiding up top for a bit. But they're looking through the window right now. They can see that Reinhardt sticking up right there. The Mercy's right there. They all know what the basic kind of hold is going to be for them.
Yeah, and then looking at Platonic's team, they're running more of a standard defense comp. They got the Reinhardt, they got the Zarya. I have Genji who can get into this backline, potentially kill some of these squishies. Let's see how they play it out.
Yeah, there's that Sonic Arrow. They see that they have a Genji up top. They know where he's at, and the Genji deflect battle starts off as Diva jumps in, starts doing damage to Anarchy. And M Grapes is just throwing some damage at that shield as the payload continues to move up. Captain Caillou jumps in at first, but he's being swarmed by the team. Looks like Jabade is going to be the first one going down.
Yeah, and this is a decent dive out of Captain Kai and Amp Champ. They managed to kill someone off at the early. Mr. Grapes almost playing a little bit too aggressively, but they're pushing pretty decently. And
Amp Champ getting that res and the mech back, that's going to be valuable. Genji's not able to de-mech her, and he is trapped in that room versus 3 members. He's going to be deflecting a bit, but that's going to be him dead. One of the healers down for Tonic Nudes is down, and he's falling back in now.
Yeah, half the team is down. Mercy's back, but I don't think this is going to be enough. 4v6 at this point, 6v5 now, but there's the Mercy dead, and it looks like 200 mg is going to be getting this first point here. Just has to clean up the
Anarchy. The dock, now Anarchy stalling on the point, but he's going to go down quickly. This would be a time for them to set up on high ground or set up a little bit further back. They're caught out here.
Yeah, the spawns.
Caught out.
Yeah, Jabade and Mercy's at least dying. Oh wow, is she not? I forgot this is Diamond. This is Diamond, don't forget about that.
Oh yeah, they can... The focus. But ends up dying eventually to a Dragon Blade.
Kind of Dragon Blade out.
Looks like Anarchy just cleans up on the back line and stops the push. Caillou gonna have to jump back, but I don't think it's gonna be enough with a Reinhardt and Genji here.
The Reinhardt's low, and Genji can't dodge around a Winston, but he is going to back out.
Yeah, him dying here would not be good for him. He was about half health from that last fight.
Yeah, and the 200 mg just kind of went too far there. They didn't support the backline as well either, and that the Genji managed to get 4 kills off the Dragon Blade, which
yeah, that was...
tends to help stop a push.
Yeah, when 2 of your members are pushed up and the 4 people who were pushing it die, it kind of stops right there. But a nice pulse bomb on Jabade, taking him out before the fight can even really pop off. Looks like Reinhardt is way out of...
Good old flanking Reinhardt.
Yeah, this is going to be... Oh, and it's a very good Earthshatter. No real follow-up from him. Might have been wise to hold on to it for a little bit, because the rest of his team was dead, and that's going to be 1 ultimate for nothing.
Yeah, amazing ultimate out by him, just not when you needed it. I mean, now we're forcing the Zen ult to keep him alive, and just bad ult management from...
Yeah, they're just kind of, you know, the old saying is like, smoke them if you got them. They're just kind of throwing them out there. But the swap over to Pharah, Anarchy going for that. Nothing from the Diva Bomb.
They almost killed the Pharah there, but just slightly low. There's the Zarya bomb coming out.
Yeah, Grav getting 2 people. That's 2 useful people. Got, who was it? Tracer and Mercy. The dive's kind of shut off there, and the res isn't there. Every death here is going to count. And now Anarchy catches the Lucio stuck in a room, and he's going to go down.
Yeah.
Little bit of a stagger on that.
If you're looking at 200 MG's team comp, they actually don't have much like anti-grab potential. I mean, the Diva can potentially eat it, but if they get all grab like they did there, I mean, the Sound Barrier is not going to stop a Pharah, Winston, and potentially McCree shooting at you.
Yeah, the chances of Diva stopping a grab now is really low. I mean, it was pretty common back in the day, but the Pulse Bomb comes out, misses everyone. And Valkyrie, for the res, still has 1 res in the pocket to use, I believe. And going to be sending that group healing around, flying around the place. Going to res Jebaited over here, but that might not be a great res. He's kind of trapped in the corner.
Blue Torch having to pop his ultimate to keep
good
stay away
stop
from
on the Diva. With the new mechanic, she couldn't even call it back again. She got stunned out of it.
Yeah. But Blue Torch popped the
200.
Valkyrie, and this is just,
Yeah.
The Valkyrie, they didn't have enough damage to get out of that, and that's going to be the second point. I would say that this next point is probably the hardest to push through on Gibraltar, though, and Platonic Nudes has showed a little bit more fight on that second point than they did the first, so it's potential that they could hold it. This ramp here that 200 MG is pushing up is probably the hardest part of this map, other than obviously the spawn distance being so low at the end of the point.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're toppling over just yet. Jebaited with his, that's his 3rd swap of the game. He is
and Armor coming back.
Ooh. Barrage and a Diva Bump. That's 4 kills for Anarchy. Good on the defense from him. Only people to survive out of that one are Lucio and Tracer.
Anarchy definitely looking like a player to watch in this series. He's performed a lot of flanks, like first on the Genji with the 4-man Dragon Blade, and now that Pharah flank as well.
Yeah, he's been, he likes to flank.
And this, I mean, again, not the most skillful players in this tournament, so they're not going to have the most, like, the awareness that, like, top-tier players would have to prevent this.
Yeah, well, at least it's fair for this tournament for the most part.
Yeah, obviously, but...
Early Sound Barrier, they might want to push in with some speed boost, not swapping over speed boost just yet. Does he get the charge? He does, and he gets a kill. He's discorded on the back line. He's not going to be in a good position. Someone better get there to help him out as the Mercy res keeps the Doc in this fight. And that's a dead Reinhardt.
Yeah, the Reaper got in the back line, just popped Death Blossom, and...
Star Knight's been getting good sticks so far. Like, he sticks when he sticks when he knows he's going to get a kill on it, or when he can't use his... he won't get a kill without it, that is. Has been landing on good targets. He got on a Mercy, I believe, at one point, and took out Caillou a little bit after that fight kind of broke up, so he had to wait for his spawn up.
Solar's been doing a good job of just being a distraction as well. He's constantly on the back line, just like, you know, slightly poking everyone down. This is like a good Tracer should be doing.
I gotta say, ult economy, looking at this fight, it looks like Platonic Nudes has a huge
there's another
advantage.
flank. There gets taken out early.
I don't know what that teleport was from Jebaited, but right up in the face of an ulting soldier.
Yeah.
Not following the right path, and looks like he might get out. Yes, he does. Grab comes out. Well, not grab,
yeah, and Doc held his, speaking of grab, Doc held his grab throughout that rest of the fight, so they do have it on this next push. 200 MG's pushing pretty fast, though. They killed everyone.
Yeah, that's a little bit early on that.
Oh,
wow, that you see him fly? Save his
grab.
team.
But there's just no one to combo with this.
Yeah, it's just kind of been thrown out.
Yeah, there are 3 dead on 200 MG, and Platonic Nudes gets back pretty fast, so up to just the tanks, just amp left. It's not gonna be enough.
It looks like they're gonna hold it here.
Oh, that's a really good death loss.
It stopped them from getting in. I thought it was a whip, but then the Mercy flies in and takes all that damage.
Well,
in overtime.
Yeah, overtime's not gonna go.
Yeah, Miss Grips couldn't get there in time.
Yeah, Jabeta actually did a really good play though.
Yeah.
Just Death Blossoming right in, because the Death Blossom I believe hits like the circumference of it hits like both sides of it that like choke there, and you can't get through without taking a shit ton of damage.
Oh yeah, it does. I think 540 damage on the outer limits. Surprisingly, it does less damage up close. I think it does 510 if you're right next to Reaper.
Interesting. I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, which doesn't make sense at all in any sense of like how guns work or in this game. But
Overwatch realism wall.
Yeah, we got a character who can bring people back from the dead, and we're complaining about the damage fall off on an ultimate.
So we're actually about to see potentially a really interesting comp out by 200mg here, running the. I'm actually confused about the Orisa if they're not running like a Bastion or a Torb.
Yeah. I mean, Junkrat's good. They saw that they had kind of divey characters. They had people who were getting on that backline. Junkrat really well versus like counter dive.
Yeah, and then also the Hog. Hog was
too. Yeah.
Historically, one of the better characters to run against a dive. And it's going to help with like Anarchy, as we're saying, is going to go Junkrat potentially on this map, but it would help with like a Pharah, because if the Hog's quick enough, he can hook her out of the ultimate, or just hook her out of the sky.
Or if he's at that right range, he can just get that fat right click.
Yeah. But first, he has to get his stubby legs up onto this platform. Finally makes the jump.
There you go. Can Orisa make it now? This is the one we're going to wait for. A little bit of help from Lucio might do it.
Oh yeah, he's actually going to help. Oh, this is so
Come on, get across, get across. Oh, you gotta jump, buddy. He's just gonna go for
I'm not gonna lie, that jump actually pretty, like, it's kind of tilting to try to do that sometimes.
Yeah, like, you know how to do it, but then you still miss it a couple times.
Yeah. Another thing, a notable thing, Platonic Nudes not running a Reinhardt, so they are going to try to dive and then just try to brute force the payload through instead of just, like, slow.
Yeah, something they might not have thought of is the Roadhog's gonna be really good versus the Winston. Ooh, hook disconnected. Yeah. Feels bad.
And then
but that stream is stuck.
Here. And he's not dying. Hog's staying alive. 3 people.
That's Hog.
And he's still staying alive.
It's just Roadhog now.
Oh, good.
They've removed his damage, but he doesn't take any. Looks like Jabeta is dropping a bit low. He's gonna have to fall back to his healers. You dropping his shield and instantly goes down.
So for Platonic Nudes, this next point might be hard to push because, again, without like anchor tank, and here's the first jump Rectire coming out. Ooh, gets deleted.
I would have gone up and over the top just because you can't hear it dropping down on top of you. Like, you don't get the space launch like you used to, but.
Oh, Mercy gets
the good bubble, the res and then the bubble on her keeps her alive.
There's Hog ultimately going to be pushing people back.
Yeah, Empty actually gets a kill with that.
Yeah, Zen popping his ultimate, but not letting people low for it. Oh, there's Anarchy though with the
classic flank from Anarchy. Yeah.
Soldier open not gonna be enough. It's looking like this is gonna Platonic Nudes point. 2 people left on 200mg.
Yeah, Bailey Ninja couldn't stall it out long enough. Let's see if they can pull off a similar hold as to what Platonic Nudes managed to take out here. But Amp Champ is a bit out of position. The healing is going to come out, and he's going to get out fairly fine, giving his Mercy a good bit of ult charge.
I just don't know what the Orisa is doing for this comp here. I feel like a Reinhardt would be so much better, especially with like the Winston constantly like in their front line, just being able to smack him away.
Yeah, the dive, Orisa just kind of falls apart versus dive. Like, she can group people up fairly well, but a Reinhardt just... I mean, Reinhardt is bad versus dive, but the grab comes out, gets 4 members at the end of it all.
But not much.
Oh, out of the air.
Blowtorch popped his Valkyrie, so they have a Valkyrie advantage in this fight. There's the Tire going to kill some people as well. Good
and they're going to hold it, yeah.
Yeah.
Only Bailey.
The thing you also have to consider there is that 200 MG popped all the ultimates they had there. So the Tire, the Valkyrie, and it looked like Arista ultimate as well. Meanwhile, only Doc popped his ultimate in that last fight. I guess Genji popped his too because he's really low on charge. I didn't see him.
He did pop his ultimate and he was taken out by Champ. Yeah, on the Roadhog over there.
Did you say Anarchy has his ultimate again though? So there it comes out,
and it takes out two useful targets for Fair. Fair's got free reign at this point, no hit scan to take her out of the air.
And back, and just focusing on her, which is smart because Anarchy's probably the scariest person, but he actually kills her with a whole hog from the distance.
Yeah, that damage. I think the most damaging ultimate in the game. If you can land all the shots on one person, it does knock them away.
Yeah.
Gotta hook the Genji from mid range.
Amp landing a lot of these hooks.
Yeah, he's got
helping disrupt the team.
Very disrupting for the dive comp that they're going up against. Looks like that team is going to be feeding a bit of ultimate here.
Oh, I gotta love a good old Winston plush doll that can just feed you ultimate.
Yeah, especially when he's focused on one person and you're just right behind him. Like,
oh hey, look, it's me. Anarchy trying to get out, but gets caught by the soldier and hog.
Some good shots from Star Knight now.
So we did see Captain Kailu did switch off the Orisa to the D.Va, which again will work a lot better against a dive comp, but then you see that Data has switched off the Winston to a Reinhardt now, so...
Yeah, that's the both swaps off that.
Oh,
I think Data wanted to swap off. Ooh, good hook.
Yeah, Mercy Red's going to negate that, but that's res advantage for...
Yeah, they know they have res down at this point. Blowtorch does have...
Valkyrie again, too.
Yeah.
Oh, finds Anarchy, though. Try coming out. Doesn't go off, though. There's the Dragon Blade in the back, though.
That's a first res coming out from Blowtorch. No one dying to that. The Rocket Barrage getting two people. Captain Caillou gets the Max 5.
Out. Good grab.
Oh, does take out the Valkyrie. Pops Valkyrie in the middle of the ultimate.
Yeah, feels bad. So, Platonic Nudes is going to be able to get this first ramp pretty fast, especially with how far they're pushing up to prevent push back. But they do only have 2 minutes 30 compared to what 200 MG had pushing onto this last point.
And so, Caillou with this swap, third swap of this, over to the Reinhardt. Finally what we want to see from here.
Yeah, and Reinhardt works a lot better on this as we get a pause. He works a lot better on this last point because, again, like there's not a lot of movement. They're always going to have to come to the Reinhardt, and Reinhardt just doesn't work that well because you can tend to just dive past his team, but you tend to clump a lot more on this last point here. Almost becomes like a king of the hill.
Yeah, the only real damage that's going to be coming out from to the shield is going to be the Doc and Anarchy, and the Doc hasn't been high charge that often, so his Zarya beams aren't doing a whole bunch to the shield. And Anarchy is more focused on kind of the backline. So as long as Star Knight takes care of that, Caillou shield should stay up longer than data streams. Yeah,
I mean, and data stream also has to deal with a Roadhog shooting into it, which I mean, shield. That's always one of Roadhog's best things is breaking shields.
Yeah, I mean, he dropped the shield looking for a fire strike, and he does get the 4-man shatter. It's like Star Knight's going to keep them alive for the most part with his defensive visor. Anarchy does get rezzed, and so does Mr. Grapes.
Yeah, it's looking like Platonic Nudes is going to brute force this point down. I mean, that's everyone dead. Captain Kai is back, but he's not going to be able to do much.
Looks like they're going to push it the final distance and get the third tick on the map. Platonic Nudes takes the first round. Yeah,
and I mean, ult advantage is the big thing in this game, ladies and gentlemen. When you have 4 ultimates and the other team has none, you tend to win fights, especially those last fights where you need to win them. So this is that 4-man.
Yeah, he just sees the 2 supports. Sees the 2 supports back there and cleans them up.
That's probably the biggest weakness of 200 MG is they just didn't support their backline enough. They their supports were constantly left alone, and Anarchy just went to town on them. I mean, they didn't watch their flanks at all, even when they had DPS with them, but especially their supports.
Yeah, like you said, you made a good call on that Genji, that defense Genji, being able to get in on that backline, get those kills. He did do that pretty much through that fight. Or through that game. Even on the Pharah, he managed to get behind.
Yeah, and it probably paid for 200 MG if like Anarchy can still keep getting these like flanks to maybe have like the Hog just sit in the back, like just toss some right clicks into the enemy team, but just be staying backline, watching for like a Genji or the Pharah coming in, and just like be that person who's just stopping them. Because I mean, Anarchy didn't really have to put any effort; he just like kind of went around and then hit the Q button.
Yeah, he just saw the targets there, and he just managed to clean them up. Or not really clean them up. He kind of solo killed all of those people.
I mean, there was that one point where on the second point of Gibraltar, he like the soldier was looking at him, and he's like, "Okay," and he pressed Q anyway and killed him. So definitely need to have someone focus on shutting Anarchy down if they can't like have the awareness as a team to like not get flanked like that.
Yeah, they swapped off to Soldier just for that, and he wasn't really playing man-on-man for the most part. He was kind of focusing more on the people on the ground. You really got to put the pressure on the Pharah. They weren't really pocketing him either.
Yeah, the Pharah, I mean, the Mercy was just going everywhere. Well, as a Mercy tends to do nowadays, but you're right. No pressure at all on Anarchy. I mean, the Soldier would kill him when he had Visor, but like no McCree that was just constantly headshotting him out, or the Soldier that was focus firing him. I mean, the Hog got like one good hook on him, but he wasn't even like in a flank at that point. That was just more during like a general team fight.
Looks like we're going to be moving into Lijiang Tower.
My favorite of the control maps. The other ones tilt me too much.
I like Widow myself, so Ilios is pretty good.
Ilios.
Yeah.
Ilios maps just it's so. I mean, as a Lucio main, I'm a booper.
Yeah, you got a boop.
Yeah, well, and Lighthouse are definitely fun, but just as a map design, I hate environmental kills. It's just such a cheesy way to win a fight. Especially like on Ilios, they whatever it's called. It's just so disadvantaged. Like you have to put yourself in so many bad positions. Like you can potentially get booped off.
Yes, especially is
just
the worst out of even on Lighthouse.
Yeah, I mean like the entire sides are booped off or boopable.
Yeah.
I mean, you can be booped from the middle of the lighthouse if you get the angle right.
Yeah, the distance that you can boop people with Lucio is pretty shiny, and even Pharah can fire a rocket in the main gate. If people are defending, you can get booped out of the point.
Yeah, which is why I kind of like Lijiang more. I mean, yes, you can still get environmental kills on this one, but it's a lot harder because of how much like Lighthouse. This one's called. I always forget the names of the control market. This is Market, right?
Yep, Night Market.
Yeah, Night Market. So like even a Night Market, which is kind of like Lighthouse, the point has a lot more room, so you don't have to dash to the sides as often. Only if you have to get out of the fight. Whereas
and
Lighthouse,
even with this, you have the railings that are there. Even like if they don't destroy that, the railing can save someone's life if you're going for that boop.
Yeah, and then like the other one you can get environmental kills on is the whatever it's called. Garden. There you go. And even then, like it's kind of like just don't go on bridge if they have a Pharah.
So coming out, starting out of the gate, it looks like we have fairly similar comps from each person. Star Knight is going to be on.
That's interesting.
Warbjorn. Might swap off of that right before the game.
5 seconds. I mean, it could. Okay, yeah, he's going. Yeah. He's just trolling us. I was going to say it could be strong if they can like set up. Maybe if they were running Arista, just put in like a corner, just consistently Arista barrier it. But that's going to be way too greedy.
They don't have anything for the Pharah, however. Pharah is pretty good. She plays for ultimate on this map. Mm-hmm. And he's already doing so, just getting those shots in through the window. And on the backline, he does take out Blowtorch early on in the fight. No res available for them, and a boop. Jabeta's doing work right now.
Yeah, and it's looking like Platonic Nudes is going to be getting this first point pretty fast. I think the note, too, is that Jabeta is the one on Pharah while Anarchy is on the Genji this time around.
Yeah.
So, just keep an eye on those Genji flanks.
Pushing up to the main gate. Kayu's a bit ahead of his team, takes some early damage, loses some shield. But they do have a D.Va now to eat some shots.
And they have
the Anarchy on the backlane does get flashbanged by Grapes. He is going to go down to the D.Va jets.
Yeah, this McCree's going to help a lot with the Genji and the Pharah, especially, and even the Zen, if he can get the 2 quick headshots. Good push by 200 MG, though. Pretty much just completely killed everyone.
Complete wipe, pretty much. Anarchy, who died early, might have been the downfall of them. They didn't have anyone to pressure their backlines, so they didn't have anything to work about.
Well, a big part there is, I think, I didn't see anyone else get hit by it, but Captain Caillou actually hit just the Ryan with the Shatter, and they blew him up, and then they didn't have any cover, and then just ran into the point. It's kind of hard to stop a Tracer and D.Va from running into you without without like a McCree to stop it.
Ooh.
Gets blowtorch,
and the High Noon gets debated. That, like, I mean, High Noon getting at least 1 kill at all is going to be good, but he does die the fight. It looks like 200 MG is going to be able to pull this back. Just Star Knight left on the point. It's going to go down. They're not going to challenge it here. They're going to have to back off.
Again, another thing to note there is they did waste 2 ultimates or 3? 2, because it was the... Wait, hold up. They don't have a High Noon on
it's not 200 MG.
Oh,
okay. Mr. Grape who used it on Jebaited.
Oh, okay, I didn't see that in the kill feed.
Caillou already has his ultimate pretty much back. One Fire Strike is going to give it to him. There it is. Does get the Mercy too, but the whole hog... It does stop the whole hog with the Earth Shatter, and he's going to be pushing in, getting the res on Star Knight.
And Bailey pulled up a really good sound barrier to stop Jebaited from getting a barrage off on his team. So no one died to the barrage.
No, but it does look like 200 MG, or not 200 MG. Yeah, 200 MG is going to get the...
They switched colors, I know, it's his name.
Point once again. Why can't they all just be the same colors all the time? Come on, Blizzard.
I mean, apparently the new Spectator is supposed to alleviate that problem, from what I've heard, but...
Where it follows the teams.
Yeah. So I think the note is, if Platonic Nudes gets the point, they most likely... I mean, I guess it depends on how fast 200 MG gets back.
They'd probably go to overtime at least.
Yeah. Easily overtime, potentially a win if they stagger enough, potentially.
But what I've seen so far is they just kind of get the kills.
Yeah,
they just is doing good work on eating those Fire Strikes before it can do anything. But Datastream does have his ultimate up. Caillou once again with a new ultimate.
Saunders has
in
ultimate
a bad spot.
Oh, good Shatter.
There goes the res. And the Shatter from Caillou gets 3. No one to follow up.
It's looking like 200 MG just trying to stall, get as much percentage as they can.
Yeah, they're 96%. Now, talking about being able to win off of a retake, this would be the team to do it. Looks like this.
Oh, but this
Anarchy.
So much work.
Yeah, Anarchy's just going in.
And dog popping the whole hog to keep him away.
There's the overtime. They're just running in.
Yeah, Reaper, Tracer, and Mercy are going to be on point here soon. There's the High Noon.
Only gets the D.Va out of mech, but that is a valuable target. The Valkyrie is keeping them really healthy. Only ones left are the tanks versus a Reaper. That's not going to be good for them. They're just going to be blown up constantly, and it looks like 200 MG is going to flip the point here.
Dang, and I don't 4%.
Know.
Jebaited gets res to get him back on point, but I don't know if he's going to... The rest of the team's going to have enough time.
No, Caillou just saved, pretty much.
Oh, there's Anarchy.
Can he make a hero play? No blade, nothing. He's got to just keep dipping in and out. Stuck on the window.
Oh, Anarchy's still in here. There's the Shatter.
That's a good Shatter, actually. Stops him right outside the point. No stall for him.
And that...
The final kill stops it from stalling out any longer.
So wait, how did the courtyard fight go? Because I thought that was looking that Platonic Nudes was going to take that easily.
200 MG. He only got one person in that fight, and it got rezzed pretty instantly. And then he Lucio just ran past them, speeding the tanks in along with Reaper. And it was just the tanks that were on the point, so it was Reaper versus 2 tanks, and he just kept healing up off of the damage he was doing.
Well then. First point going over to good old 200 MG.
Yes, from what I could tell, it was the...
Yeah, because I was looking at the point, I was like, oh, yeah, the Platonic Nudes is just going to come back onto the point afterwards and just win this, and... Yeah, no. So I'm actually surprised there's no Pharah out of Platonic Nudes on this map.
Yeah, this is a good map for Pharah. Anarchy missing the deflect on the Reinhardt Fire Strike, but he's going to be in the fight right now. Pretty caught off guard. He's going to die early. They are a man down, and Datastream's charging in a bad position, but he does get the res from Strong Kitten.
Yeah, that's res advantage for a 200 MG, and they're still pretty out of position with a Reaper, which you don't want.
Yeah, 200 MG has been saving that res. They haven't been dying it. Ooh, Caillou making the hero play, saving his teammate from the hook. Anarchy's back in the fight, and looks like he's going to go down now.
Wait, wasn't it the Reaper who got hooked? Couldn't you just shift it out?
Yeah, it was M. Grapes, and then Caillou charged in.
It's hard for me to see who got hooked there.
Yeah, those tight corners with this spectator mode is pretty difficult to look around.
But like, here's the point where like a Pharah would be really good. They're pushing bridge and
they have a Pharah. Oh, yeah, debated.
Well, I meant for 200 MG. If they have a Pharah here, oh my god, that
the defense. Yeah, they all went on bridge.
Yeah, Pharah just forces you to have to go through the white room.
Oh, that's a 2-man Diva bomb. But it looks like Mr. Grape had to jump off the edge or something. He fell off probably. Once again, Anarchy, the last one to get out. It's going to be face down.
Oh, wait, no, it would have showed up in the team.
Yeah. Yeah, even if a fair rocket kind of displaces you off the edge, it still counts, like, as a fair kill.
No, I always like to forget about that. I think at one point, if you got booped off an edge, it didn't count for the kill.
Yeah, it just showed that people fell off. Early days.
And I keep falling off. I have failed the jump reset.
Yeah. Debated in a good position to get some damage.
This is Shatter.
Only gets Reinhardt, and he's gonna go for the Mercy. Mercy can fly across. Oh, Fire Strike takes him down.
Oh, Captain Caillou.
Yeah, both Reinhardts.
The hero play.
He just keeps sacrificing himself for his team. A true tank. It looks like they're going to be able to retank this point with the 2 support ultimates used, but now they have none.
Yeah, M. Graves coming back is going to have Death Blossom.
And
Starnice
again, yeah, it gets his ultimate really fast. The grouping of their team and nothing to stop the Fire Strike from coming out.
So Caillou just dies out of position there.
It's still being stalled by M. Graves.
Yeah. I mean, Starnice did a good job there, just stalling till overtime, so the next time they get the point, they easily win it. But staying that long was just unnecessary. You're just feeding ultimate. You should have just regrouped to fight again.
Well, even then, Grape got out.
Yeah.
Sorry,
it just could have been potentially punished.
Yeah, if he died there, it would have been real punishable.
But the thing about this is 200 MG just has a scrappier comp. They have this Reaper, they have the Diva, just stuff that wants to be up in your face. Whereas Platonic Nudes doesn't really have that good of a comp for that, and they're just losing because of it.
Yeah, the only real value they have in this comp is a Zarya with the
Genji.
Fair ultimate. No, Fair ultimate would be good too.
Oh yeah, that too. They just have the Wombo.
Yeah, they never got their ultimates though. Like, Doc now just getting his ultimate.
And
off the map he goes.
Yeah, Datastream getting... Did he even get Diva charged off of it?
I think so.
It looked like... I'm not gonna lie, it looked like they... he just kind of like walked up and just like moved him around. Oh, by the way... Game broke.
Game broke. NA quality streams. Round goes to 200 MG.
2MG will be moving on to...
Oh, no, that's 1-1. We go into a third round.
Oh, that's what... I was about to say, I thought Platonic Nudes were in Gibraltar, but I also was like, I also get names mixed up quite often, so I was like, oh, okay, I guess it's 200 MG one. So yeah, I was about to say, huh. So Hanamura or Temple? Which one would you prefer to watch here, good old Snow?
Volsky is also on the thing now.
Oh.
It's not in the document. We have to.
I really don't want to watch a Volskaya game.
I don't want to watch an Anubis game, but
is Anubis on it?
Yes.
Is it all? Oh, I was thinking Nepal. Don't know why.
Oh boy.
Oh, Temple. Good old Anubis. Wait,
honestly, I think Volsky is a bit more interesting just because people don't stick with the Sombra for like the entirety of the game, where the games last for 10 hours.
I think Volsky is more interesting than. I mean, if we're considering like two evils here, I think Volsky is the lesser of the two because the last point at least has some interesting flank routes and some decent strategy you can put into how you approach it. Whereas Anubis, it's kind of like, yeah, two teams stare at each other for 5 to 7 minutes.
It also doesn't have that, like the ceiling cap for how high a hero can go.
Yeah.
Anubis is really low. Like a Pharah can't fly like too high above the point. Yet here on, or not here, but here on Volskaya, you can get some good distance and get some good range way up in the air. And pressure a team. Right off the bat, it looks like Anarchy's already going to go for the Pharah. And Star Knight on the Junkrat.
This is definitely a meme team by Platonic Nudes here. I mean, wasn't Moon talking about in his last stream how the attack bastion's the best, but don't.
I mean, it's surprising as how many defensive heroes are better on attack. Like Widowmaker, Hanzo, they have the ability to get into positions that they can move around on the attack rather than where on defense you're kind of only in like 1 or 2 spots. And it's very predictable about where you're going to be.
I am loving this.
Oh, bye, Grapes.
Looks like Grapes going to leave. We're going to have to pause it here.
Wait for him to get back in here. But talking about their comp beforehand, it looked like they were running a pretty standard defense comp. I mean, they're running the Orisa again without a Torb or Bastion, but I mean, still, you kind of can set up these like turret nests wherever you want. You have the Diva who can just like kind of sit there. Defense range is not as good as it used to be, but still viable and just shooting into a choke. And then obviously the Junkrat who can just control an entire choke by himself.
There's the pause coming out at the 10-second mark, giving him enough time to get in, select the hero, and get to point. The moment the pause comes out, he manages to reconnect.
But looking at Platonic Nudes team, they have switched it around a little bit. Doc's back on Zarya. They're just running sort of dive. I mean, they're still running the Winston. They're just running aggressive comp, really. We're probably going to see Jabeta switch.
No, I think he's going to go for the Dragon Grab combo.
I mean, we have seen out of 2 MG, they don't
run. He's going to get Star Knight right off the bat with a nice headshot.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to control this choke at all.
That is Red's advantage for Platonic Nudes.
And Ant's out of his mech, and now he's dead.
Yeah, it always feels like the first point is kind of just like a give on this map. There's no real defensive holds that you can hold it for the entirety.
Well, I mean, it's basically, and Jabeta just gonna walk up and casually arrow M-Grapes there, but it's basically as soon as you get knocked off the ledge, it's so hard to.
Yeah, you lose that high ground advantage. They can just push in from any direction with some free reign.
Yeah, they get a couple picks on the high ground, forcing you to back off on the point. They have an advantage there. Then it becomes a king of the hill where you're at a disadvantage because you can't run back as fast.
Yeah. But what seems like goes on with Temple of Anubis is that first point is very attacker heavy, and then second point is super defensive heavy. So you get this moment of blowing through the first point with 6 minutes, and then you're being held for 6 minutes.
Well, I mean, that just comes to the design point of the, like, just the terrain of the second point. Yeah.
Well, this was the first map they made, so the design probably wasn't that solid. Grab's coming out with the dragon a bit late, not.
But still,
oh, it does.
Everyone.
Yeah, and it even kills Lucio, so he lost his ultimate. They
And that's a synced up kill too, so they might not be able to get back in time.
Yeah, that's all of them. They
Not-
could stall them. Yeah, they managed to do
God. 6 minutes. And
6 minutes, holy.
And I was going to talk about it after we got done roasting the Anubis
The
design.
defensive side, they wanted to do that grab dragon combo, and it worked out really well.
Yeah, I was about to mention the, especially against Platonic Nudes comp there. The Zenyatta the lack of a Zenyatta is very apparent on 200mg's comp, and it seems like Platonic Nudes has caught on to that because again, we just saw the grab wolf combo to solo kill that point with 6 minutes left.
Yeah, I mean, it might have been stalled out a bit longer. They might not have all died to the dragon if.
No, I don't think they would have died at all with the building.
If they had the Lucio ult on them. No, I was talking about the Lucio. Lucio got taken out by Anarchy. Like, Anarchy landed a direct hit on him after he was already a bit low. And that managed to stop his ultimate from getting on the rest of his team, which led for that clean wipe.
Yeah, it's Platonic Nudes just making a really good read here. This, especially with how much they've been running as Zenyatta, the Lucio probably should have been switched to a Zenyatta a while ago.
Yeah, the speed boost is useful, but Zenyatta's just... It almost seems like Zenyatta does a whole lot more.
Well, it's like you get the Discord out of it, especially in like a Winston heavy meta. I mean, you
Not even to mention that he can... Pretty much, he is squishy and no mobility, but he can defend himself. He does a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Like 50 damage a headshot, and then you can Discord them and do 2-tap a Tracer and 3-shot pretty much everyone else.
Yeah, but we have actually seen Bailey switching to the Zenyatta now.
Yeah, it looks like they're calling it out now. Might have, if they had a Transcendence there.
Yeah, the Trans would have easily stopped because the Wolf can't kill through a Transcendence, and that's like the only defense against a Wolf grab combo, or other than not being grouped enough for a Wolf grab combo to happen in the first place.
Yeah, the only thing that can really get through that is a whole hog on a grab or
with Ana.
Yeah. With a very close rocket barrage coming out.
Yeah. But we are seeing some interesting movement decisions from the two teams. 200mg trying to go around the back, while as Platonic Nudes actually gave up ground to just stay as a team and force them to a worse position.
It looks like Caillou is going to be over on DPS now. He was on the tank before. Now M-Grapes is swapping place with him. Working out a bit. They are getting the point at this point. Reinhardt is down, and Anarchy is the last one to fall. Or sorry, Jebaited.
Yeah, that fight was a little bit...
Yeah, they keep swapping off. Like, it's Anarchy on Genji, and then it's Jebaited.
That'd actually be interesting to know, like, why, like, in what situations do they like to switch off like that? Because it seems weird to have, like, just be switching Genji. So.
Yeah, map pick maybe?
Could be. But we do see, so 200mg gets it with only taking about a minute and a half, but now they have to get on this next point. They don't have a Zarya Wolf combo to get this.
They do have the Zarya Rocket Barrage, and Amped is at his grab if he can get it there. I don't want him to... Ooh, that does take out the Mercy and Pharah.
Yeah, now they have to back off. There's only 4 of them.
I'm really glad Amp didn't throw out his ultimate there in a blind attempt to try to salvage that, because once you start dying on your attack point, if you stagger a couple people, it's not going to be good for you. You're not going to get that point.
Yeah. Grab there would have been very short-sighted, just as a, like, as you said, like a knee-jerk, like, oh my god, I can fix this with a grab.
Yeah,
Grab
that
doesn't fix
panic.
everything.
That panic button is like, well, I have it. Oh, and there goes Caillou once again. They might be able to salvage it with a
Jump
grab
tire.
tire. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that'd be way too greedy though. Again, even though Platonic Nudes finished this point pretty fast, they don't need a match to time. They just have to do better in the next round. So it's just better to wait for Caillou. But Starlight, they just need to back off and stop like getting killed like this.
yeah, they're just giving them ult charge. Mercy has Valkyrie once again. Yeah, they pretty much all have ultimate.
And at this point too, the grab Rocket Barrage isn't even going to be killed because Juicy Wizard has the train.
Oh, you can kill through Transcendence with Rocket Bro.
Yeah, but you're also assuming that no one else is going to be able to shoot at him, so the trans is going to slow down a lot. Trans popped immediately, but not even needed from the grab.
Yeah, Data Stream actually does pick up double kill on both supports. They just need to back out. Grapes needs to not go in and run away.
Yeah, we're seeing just some coordination issues here from 200 MG. I mean, the grab came out, the Pharaoh was nowhere in place. The Reinhardt managed to get, I think he shattered and got 2 with that.
Yeah, and then another thing is they're holding on to ultimates, but from the other side, they used all their ultimates from Platonic Nudes. They used every ultimate except for the one. Well, yeah, all the ones that they have up. Now Anarchy is getting his ultimate. Jabeda is getting his ultimate up.
Yeah, but the thing is also on 2 and MG, they don't have many ultimates on themselves. I mean, they're about to get the Mercy ultimate again and have more than half of them, but I mean, they still have the Barrage, they have the Riptire, and the Transcendence.
To be honest, if Star Knight used his ultimate, then forced them to play a bit more passive. Here it comes out. I don't know why it didn't go for the
Gets
Reinhardt.
2.
It went. Yeah.
Or wait, no, that's Anarchy's he got 2.
Yeah, no. Star Knight went for the backline when he could have gotten 2 tanks right there. It does 600 damage if it's on the ground. And it was riding along the ground right past 2 tanks. If he had gotten those 2 tanks, the push might have been a bit easier on them.
Bailey running for his life back to Cthulhu there.
Yeah. Cthulhu Zenyatta.
That's one of the better Zenyatta skins. Though Zenyatta has a lot of top tier skins.
Yeah, Nutcracker was the other one.
Yeah, Nutcracker, the raw one, the
oh, good headshot. Flashbang headshot on the Junkrat's gonna be pretty good for them.
Don't. Okay, so they are. I was about to say, why is Amp just sitting there with his shield up? I guess they wanted to try to move up ground, but now they just don't have res advantage, and Captain Caillou is just going down immediately to the Junkrat. Anarchy doing it. Just showing that he can do a lot of work on Junkrat as well.
Yeah, they're just taking damage there with the Junkrat. They're in a close quarters like area. And here comes the tire once again. It's probably gonna get the yeah. There it is. Star Knight goes down to the tire.
And all Platonic Nudes has to do is stall. They have to just sit on this point for another 2 minutes and they win. And they have 4 ultimates. Almost 5 with Doc's whole hog.
Yeah, they need to figure out a way to wipe them at all. Hold up.
Yeah, the Amp's going to try and make another push here. They have the Shatter, they have Valkyrie, and they have Transcendence, but it might not be enough. Again, 5 ultimates on Platonic Nudes here. Trans popped early, and the Shatter going to land. Not going to stop a Reinhardt charge. Valkyrie popped. Ooh, good Shatter, but no one's in position. Star Knight is in the back trying to get the Mercy, but that's already some dead from 200 MG. Transcendence popped by Juicy Wizard.
Platonic Nudes does have the man advantage, and he's gonna be Anarchy's gonna be camping his own body.
Yeah, and Platonic Nudes has the res advantage as well because they can come back just as fast. So
yeah, Jabeda's making the swap now.
And push ultimately not good for 200 MG. Now they only have the Valkyrie for the next push. Potentially we can get a whole hog and maybe the Shatter again, but at the second fight they only have Valkyrie. So I guess. Oh wait, sorry, I was looking at the wrong people. 200 MG only has the pulse bomb, and maybe the grab. Anarchy actually makes a good pick on the Zen, so they're not gonna have Transcendent. Or like have him generate ultimate, that is, for it. Early Doc just to keep him away.
Their best chance of a push here. Mr. Grapes getting close to that grab.
Imp has Shatter.
He does get... Ooh, block Shatter.
Full hug to keep him back in that choke. There's only 2 people in the back, M Grapes and Star Knight.
Grapes gets taken down, wedge evaded.
Yeah, only 3 people left for 200 MG. I don't think they can take this point at this point. Yeah, easily getting just forced off. Star Knight just doing his best. Cass and Kylie gonna do something a Widow never does and try to get on point, but not gonna get there in time.
And the point ticks down.
So that's gonna be Platonic Nudes. Moving on.
Play of the game.
Yeah, there goes Anarchy once again.
Fire at will. Quadruple kill. Quintuple kill.
Play the game for Anarchy.
Where did Anarchy get that? The Hanzo got all those kills.
I think he got the first kill, so it counted as a 4 or more. It's that one rocket counts for all the kills, pretty much.
But you can also just look at these player cards and just look at Sean Kinnon's healing. Almost half of the player healing was out of him. So just doing a lot of work on that Mercy. I mean, again, it's Mercy nowadays, so
Yeah, the
not saying
massive
much.
amounts of healing. Well, it looks like Platonic Nudes does take the set. They are going to be moving on to the next round. And Tuna MG gets knocked out of it. Unfortunate for them.
Platonic Nudes will be versing Wet Lemons in the quarters. Yeah, quarters.
Yes. Let me pull up the bracket real quick.
Yeah, they move on to versus Wet Lemons, who had a bye the first week. First round.
All right. What is the next team? Yeah, Wet Lemons. Seen this team play in the seen them play in the open tournaments, but let's see what they can do here in the diamond and below. As we set that up, we're gonna take a short break. Hope you can stick around and have a good time.
See you again.